It's time for Buy, Sell, or Hold. We take the names and stories in the news. We treat them as if they're stocks. Would you buy them, sell them, or hold them? University of Cincinnati's mascot, the BEARCAT, got into a snowball fight during Saturday's game against Pittsburgh. And when police actually came in and asked him to stop, he refused. He was tackled to the ground, believe it or not, and arrested after he physically resisted arrest. The mascot, Robert Garfield, was taken away. And luckily for Cincinnati, a backup mascot was on hand to take over arresting the mascot. I love this story. Is the mascot a buy, sell, or hold?
Well, arresting the mascot is a sell.
Okay,
Shame on them. Give the guy a break.
Arresting
Come on, that's his job to mix it up.
Arresting mascots when we could be arresting muggers. Come on, guys,
and it's
please.
snowballs. Come on. I mean, Tamara, what do you think?
Yes, I think he needs to buy me to represent him in court since I'm an attorney.
You hear that, mascot? Tamara will represent you. I think the arrest of him is a big sell. But Scoreboard thinks it's a buy. Okay. Late Yankees owner George Steinbrenner snubbed by the Baseball Hall of Fame. Some considered the boss selection to Cooperstown by the Veterans Committee a lock, but Steinbrenner received less than half the votes cast. Former GM Pat Gillick, whose teams won 3 World Series, was elected, but former Players Union Chief Marvin Miller missed election by 1 vote. So the Hall of Fame dissing the boss.
Big sell that a union guy comes 1 vote within getting approved, but Steinbrenner can't even get half the votes needed. The guy was a giant and a legend.
And it's not about liking him, Angela. It's just about whether he belongs there.
It's about being fair. It's a sell, a total sell.
Big sell. What do you think, Tamara?
Sell. It's about his contribution to baseball.
That's right. That's right. Think what you may of the boss. He led some winning teams there, and that's what Scoreboard thinks as well. Okay, American Psycho, the book made into a movie with Christian Bale, and now it's heading to Broadway. The story of a fictional Wall Street banker obsessed with murder will become, I can't believe it, a musical. According to one of the producers, there are murders, and they are in full view of the audience. There's going to be lots of blood. American Psycho, the musical. Is that a buy,
I hope
sell,
this is the biggest, bloodiest red ink loss of all time. Shame of them. I want to see a musical to fall in love and feel happy, not to see some serial killer.
Couldn't agree with you more.
That movie scared the heck out of me. No to Broadway.
Another sell. Tamara?
Buy. We have to support the arts.
Oh, yeah, but not all the arts, all the time. You got to have some discretion and discrimination here. And our scoreboards.
I'm a liberal. I don't discriminate.
Okay. The tax compromise. Can you discriminate about that? Is that a buy, sell, or hold? Tamara, first to you.
I think it's a buy. It's showing that people are working in there. They're not fighting. We're coming to an agreement.
Okay. Dennis?
It's a big buy. I'm happy anytime they don't raise taxes anywhere.
Okay.
It's a buy because I was right. Obama compromised.
Okay, it's a buy, but it's just a beginning. We have to make sure that there's not a lot of extra spending going on. And out there, 48% of you said a buy, not a majority, but a clear plurality. 34% said sell, and 18% said hold. Well, we do have time tonight for a final score. So how can reports of a 14-year-old assassin in Mexico possibly be good news? Well, only because it may signal that the murder and mayhem occurring daily south of the border may have finally reached its lowest point. Forcing children to commit murder is about as low as anybody can go. Certainly was the final straw in Colombia's slide toward complete depravity about 20 years ago. I remember an interview I had with a priest in Medellin, Colombia, who founded a community of boys who were trying to break free of working for the drug cartel. Now, the priest pointed to a kid, normal-looking boy, about 14 years old. He's working on a lathe. The priest told me about the day that boy decided to join his community. "Father, I just passed my exam," the boy said on that day. The priest was kind of surprised because he knew that the kid had dropped out of school. So he asked, "What exam?" Well, the boy answered that this was his exam as a sicario, which is a Spanish word for assassin. And the priest was hesitant, but he asked the boy what he had to do to pass the test to become an assassin. The boy answered, "I had to kill my best friend." The story still makes me shudder. To force an innocent child to live with the horror of murdering his best friend is about the cruelest thing I have ever heard of. But that story and the story of other teenage assassins in Colombia was enough to finally turn the country completely against the drug cartel once and for all. Drug kingpin Pablo Escobar was tracked down and killed, and eventually a new president drove the drug cartel out of business altogether. It's hard to maintain any hope for mankind when you hear reports of a 14-year-old used as an assassin and accused of participating in beheadings. But there are moments when human cruelty reaches such a point of exhaustion that things really can't get any worse. The recruitment of teenage assassins may be one of those moments. And that is tonight's final score. Coming up next, Judge Andrew Napolitano.